Welcome to the channel, folks. Thanks for tuning in. So as the name of the channel may indicate, I'm a bricklayer and I've recently taken up Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I thought what better platform than YouTube to document the whole journey from white belt to hopefully black belt. Now, the time frame to achieve a black belt is around 15 years, they reckon, on average. So I'm currently 45. Hopefully it doesn't take me till I'm 60. But I'm currently a white belt and I have 4 stripes, which is a stripe system we'll go through in future videos. But for now, it's just an introduction to the video, and I'm going to show some sparring footage of me versus Big Joey. So we had done King of the Hill previous to this, so we'd sparred maybe 3-4 times as a group, and then I got paired up with Big Joey. So as the name may indicate, Joey is big. He's 130 kilos. I'm currently 89 kilos. I compete at 88. I've only competed once. I'll do a voiceover of that. Absolutely horrendous. I did walk away with the gold, but I can't even really watch the footage back because it's just littered with mistakes and opportunities that I didn't capitalise on. But if I'm brave enough, I'll do a voiceover of that as well. But without further ado, let's get into the sparring footage of me and Joey, and then hopefully the channel will receive some love and will grow. And please put in the comments anything you'd like to see or ask, and I'll do my best to cover it. Now, I'm no expert, so more than happy to receive constructive criticism. I'm not Bruce Lee. I'm not confessing to be anything other than a novice white belt, going through my journey and trying to get the most from this outstanding sport. So without further ado, let's jump into it. And that's what you come for. So let's see me and Big Joey sparring footage. Let's go. Little slap and bump, start the round, tradition. So a little bit of a feeling out process. I always get a bit nervous in the first opening sort of 10-15 seconds. I try to prevent Joey from establishing a grip, and obviously try and get a grip myself. But you can see his strength. It's just ridiculous. Just ragdolls me, really. So I attempt a little bit of an ankle pick here, which is sort of my go-to. Miss it. He ends up on his back or on his bum, and then I manage to establish basically a higher position than him. So Joey's trying to scoot his bottom leg, his right leg, underneath my leg, with the aid of his hand. See him trying to scoop it up there. So I circle away and manage to just press Joey flat on his back. So here I've learned to take a pit stop. If I can get myself an opportunity to have a pit stop, regroup, recompose myself, then I do. So I'm having a little play with his arm here, trying to maybe establish a Kimura, or Americana, or just some sort of arm lock. But his arms are so thick, incredibly powerful, difficult to sort of pin to the mat. So I decide to go and work on a baseball bat choke. You can see Joey trying to pendulum his way out of my side control. Fortunately, I read that. You can't really see, but basically applied a bit more pressure because I knew his legs were on the move. So I'm trying to establish my first choke in hand, which is basically my arm is round his head, and then my thumb goes into his collar. So little bit of a sneaky choke, this one, and we'd been working on it a couple of lessons ago, so I'm really pleased to implement that into an actual sparring session. So whatever the professors that's down on the right is teaching, I'll try and take that into sparring. So I'm just trying to block his hip with my right knee, and then I'm just trying to sneak my second hand in. So my first hand is in, my second one is now in, and Joey's trying to break free from the choke. He's trying to scoop my leg up there. I read that. Tries to roll. He nearly went, but luckily I was strong enough to pull him back. So now I'm trying to pin his arm with my right knee so I can complete the choke. I don't quite need to pin his arm, and once my knee's on the floor, I feel like I'll get the tap, which I do, thankfully. So I was really pleased to have been taught something a couple of lessons ago, and then to implement that into a real live sparring situation. So the rest of the round, I think there's a couple of minutes left, and if I end up in someone's guard or on top, I always try to do the opposite if I've been submitted, or I'm fortunate enough to submit someone. So this time I've already decided that I'm going to pull guard, faking with an ankle pick again, and I'm just trying to make sure that if I go to the ground, I have got Joey in my guard, because I don't want it make it easy for him to pass me immediately. So I want to establish good grip, good collar and sleeve grip if I can, and then make sure I'm committed and pull him into my guard, which, fortunate for me, I managed to get a good grip established. Here we go, and then I pull him into my guard. Here again, I can take a little bit of a pit stop here. So now I'm working up my right hand behind his neck, almost to threaten a cross collar choke, but it wasn't my intention to do that. My intention was to try and sweep him from something we had learned in the lesson as well. So I'm just almost occupying him a little bit with the threat of the cross collar choke, and then I'm going to attempt to sweep him with something that Dan had taught us in the class. So here we go with a sweep. My fatal mistake here is I didn't pull Joey's right arm to my chest, and he was able to post on that arm, which, schoolboy error, slightly annoyed at myself when I look back at the footage, because I reckon I would have got that sweep. Trying to maybe establish a grip on his trouser leg at this point, but again, difficult to do. So something I've been working on is to drive my right knee through and then go for the Kimura once his hand hits the mat. So try and pin his arm to the mat and then drive my leg through and then switch it into a Kimura. Turns into an omoplata. Joey almost rolls out. I managed to prevent him from rolling, and I think I maybe would have got the submission, but it was the end of the round, and that's the end of me and Big Joey. So Big Joey is competing on Saturday. This was on the Friday morning, so good luck, Joey. Hope you brought home the gold, mate, and a pleasure as always to roll with you. Right, so there you have it, folks. That's me and Big Joey sparring. So hopefully you found it informative. I will try and get a better camera angle next session I'm in, and I'm allowed to film. Slightly elevated would be better. But hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you can learn from me. Like I said, this isn't a channel dedicated for teaching, because I'm in no position to teach anyone anything. This is just to document my journey and to see the progress that I make over the years. So please comment and subscribe and all that good stuff, and then put ideas in the comment sections of what you'd like me to cover. And if you're on the same place as me, or maybe a little bit in front or a little bit behind, what you'd like to see, what you'd like me to cover, because it's a fascinating sport, and it's just given me so much. So I'd like to give a little bit back. So until the next one, thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time round.